folks, welcome back for the episode of Schwaaard's Journeys. And yes, indeed, I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, oh my gosh, the quality is so much better. The audio is so much clearer. The video is so much more amazing. How is this possible? We're in the new location, folks. We're finally in the new location. Unfortunately, this is not entirely optimized, but it is about where it needs to be in order for me to get this video done and out on time. So here we go. I call this deck Blurpadurp because I started off with a vision, but basically, if any of you have seen the other videos, I was like, I want to do build a deck based around, or not based around, but just featuring Blood Dragon. I really like Blood Dragon as a card, and I wanted it to be in a deck. And so I was like, well, it would make sense to kind of make it a dragon-y deck. And I don't know why or where it came from that I would need, ideally, or in theory, what my process was, I think agility and endurance give me a bunch of low-cost creatures, because as Joe mentioned very wisely on one of my videos, it's all about coming down on curve. So as long as you can play on curve, you're going to be in good shape and in a better position to win. So I was like, hey, I've got some prophecies in agility, and between the one cost, what's-your-face, Relentless Raider, and then the Aspirant, Mortong Aspirant, and all these other cards, it was going to be amazing. And then I ended up using almost none of them. So it just became Blurpadurp because this is what I ended up with, and I've got to get this done because I actually do have some other pressing things. So anyway, this is the deck. It's Eben, but it is not Eben Slay, and it is not Eben Guard. It is not Denise's, although I'm guessing some of these cards might be in her deck as well. But it's also not. It's not like really any other Eben Heart out there. It's probably because it is so piss poorly constructed, and I'm okay with that because if you remember from the last time we did this, I was wondering about my. Somewhat, I mean, it's personal, obviously. Like I it was my own take on this, but I felt like I was not getting as salty over the game as I normally would. Not necessarily like because of losses, but just like, when bad things happen, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's the game being the game. But I felt like I was actually a little more subdued, a little more just even keeled, and I want to test that out. So I'm playing a deck that I'm fairly certain is going to result in my downfall and many, many losses today. I mean, I'm not going to throw the game, but what I want to see is if I can keep my newfound. I mean, that's a curve, isn't it? I mean, you typically don't want to keep a prophecy in your hand. You want those to come out organically, but I don't have a lot of 2-drops because of I lost my vision for this deck.
On warm sands.
So cap.
Our foes will have nightmares about you.
And you know what? We do have 2 3-drops next turn. This is probably dag nabbit. All right. I was trying to determine whether or not we need to start protecting our face early. Like if we're going to if this is like a, whatchamacallit, a burn assassin or burn guildsworn? No, not guildsworn. Burn dominion? And I don't know if that's the case or not, but I would rather start off with that, especially since I can ring out Woodland Lookout and play another Woodland Lookout on curve. I was like, you know what? Okay. Because it's one of those things you typically don't want to burn a ring charge if you are going to have to burn all 3 of them just to get your cards out on time. I'd like to try to save one. So we'll see. That was an agonizing long decision to make. That was almost like if I was playing in a tournament. All right. So our opponent's not doing anything. So you know what? We're going to Dragon Tail. Again, I don't know why I included him and not the Mortong Aspirant or the whatever Aspirant. So we might be up against a new player because he's kind of checking. He seems to be looking at the cards each time. And so yeah, we're not control, so we're not avoiding going face. We kind of want to see what he's up to. Okay, well he's gonna shackle some stuff.
Be gone.
Okay.
Your destruction is at hand.
Okay, so yeah, these are all so far. Most of these are damage to face. And so he's gonna, I'm guessing, gonna make the trade here because he's not gonna want this to survive and keep feeding me the energies, the lifebloods, and it stays alive. So no, don't tell me you're not gonna go face with that, are you? You're gonna give me a card when I've got drain on the healing on the board. This is cray. So yeah, might be a new player. Might be a new player. Just hasn't really gotten... And that's not definitively saying... I'm not saying that I'm the authority on this and that I have it all down right. I just... So it's going to break that ward, which... Now, here's the... No, we don't want to do that. So... That's fine. That's not too bad at all. All right. So Flame Lash is at 3? Yeah, so he can take this guy out, no problem. We'd like him to take our dragon out because we can play another dragon next turn and heal up some more, which once we've got 1 rune break, I don't mind doing that, but... Okay, so that, hey, works out well. You heal as much as you want to, my friend. Yeah, this is all do damage to face without... So she goes away. Kind of best case scenario. Punch there.
Do not think to snake by me.
Right, and we're just gonna... Well, the hiss is going to have to reclaim you really fast, my brother, because you are about to get jacked. Buy a bat! It's okay. It's okay. Less than ideal.
I did warn them.
But he's not making the trades, which, hey, I'm okay with. I think it's a bit of a mistake, but... let's see. Do we shear point then? Yeah, I guess that would be the key. I mean, so we're very lucky that we got our lookouts. Let's go ahead and punch with this. Okay, got a triggered a prophecy. 3rd rune prophecy, not bad. Not the worst. So we do have to worry about some more giant bats coming down. Obviously, we don't have to worry about them being resurrected, but they are. Hey, banana! No prophecy on that one. And there's the other bat. Does he have a way to buff the bat? It looks like he's... Yep, he's going for the buff there. Okay. And going for face again. Don't quite understand the logic of that. And unfortunately, his bat's going to die here. For him. There's boink, boink, done, done.
Look to the skies.
And we're not going to... None of this needs to come out right now.
Hold the line.
So it looks like, and again, I mean, he's done quite a bit of damage to us, and this is kind of a burn-ish deck. So if we didn't have Woodland Lookout, or we didn't have 2 lookouts this early in the game, which has happened a lot of times with Dragon decks, like, I mean, this is the major heal. We do have Clockwork. I think we've got 1 Vampire. But yeah, all of these are all do damage to face pretty much as soon as you hit the board, or in that case, drain. But so we give him a good game, and so we end up squeaking out with a win. Starting things off, not too bad. Again, not really being able to put my... Hey! And we're out of whatever that was. So let me say hello to our friend here. Banana. Doing my first video in the new place. How is the afternoon going? Afternoon, evening treating you. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got 2 more. Welcome, Ed Skelton. Welcome, and Drolax. So awesome. So we've got more folks that we can we'll be able to spectate on live at 5. Just a reminder. All right, so folks, so we did have to do a quick cutaway because one of my conversations went somewhere that I think ideally I would assume would be better off private. And it's not that I'm trying to hide anything. I just, you know, some conversations you just never want to just take it for granted. Oh, hey, let's put this in a video. So I wanted to kind of keep that. Okay, kind of figured that was going to happen. It was my fault for not tidy dragoning. And we are about to get railroaded here by this turd muffin on our left. We can do this to cut this off. But really, This is going to be a problem for us. But yeah, so we ended up losing a game. I don't want to fudge the facts here. I was kind of a little bit distracted because of the conversation, which is fine. The conversation was more important. And yeah, this is snowball hell right here. Because we got nothing for this. We do have Mummify. We got some answers, but really it's probably not going to be till turn 7, and that's making it even worse. We may just be Dunzo right now, which is fine. But yeah, so we did lose the game. I just conceded pretty early. All right, so Flame Spear. Actually, you know what? We're gonna Blood Dragon. She's gonna go up to a 6/6 though, so that's not great. That's not great. No, oh my gosh. Yeah, so Belly G is gonna be. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna survive that long. We're certainly not gonna give any more cards.
We must protect our stronghold.
So this may be able to stop it. This might be able to stop it. That's she. I mean, it takes a lot to be a nightmare, but ooh, we're already down to 16. Dang it! All right, so we need you to stick, buddy. I think you're gonna get Javelin, but we need you to stick. If you can stick just for a turn, I can get Belly G in action. Sheer Point, we can do the things. Okay, Sheer Point there. Execute. All right, so it looks like we might finally be able to stave off. That's the downside. So our opponent had a really strong start, had a lot of cards to get a good start, but just this is definitely not what he wants to see here, and we are going to take full advantage of it and try to make our comeback. We kind of have him on the back foot, but yeah. So we lost to an Ebonheart Slay, or I think it was Ebonheart Slay. Like I said, we just kind of cashed out. I mean, it was confusing. There was a lot. Anyway, between the conversation and between just things a little bit weird with the game, I wanted to. Okay. So, I mean, we do have lethal on the board. I don't know why I didn't attack. I guess it doesn't matter. And another one. Okay. Does he have another one? Wow. If it did one more point of magic, one more point of damage. So that was a close one. That was really close. And that just shows you, that Turd Muffin 3/5, he's on the board. You are in trouble. No matter how good you think you are, or how well off you think you are, no matter how much of an advantage you got, you saw, had he done one more point of damage, that ultimate heist would have taken us out. That was one of those ones where I would say almost optimal draw, almost. Because, I mean, you saw, to have that card, just the way that went down. So that could have easily been a loss. But luckily, it wasn't. True story. But we do have technically one loss on the day. We stopped. We weren't dead, but it was, like I said, it was a Slay that had... it had a Sanctuary on the board. It had Naryu. They'd already ramped up because they got some Slays off. They got cards back. It was a bad situation. I don't think we were going to win it, but we conceded just because I couldn't. I was trying to focus on the conversation. I was like, well, do I want to cut sections out? So that you're not seeing the conversation, but then trying to play the game. And eventually, it was just, let me just scrap the whole game and start again. So this video is going to be a little shorter than I had planned, because I had expected to go just about an hour. All right, so it looks like another Slay situation here. And we don't really have an answer for it, but we might as well Black Sap Protector with the little knives. Such an improvement. Oh, this is one of those ones where it's like this versus the OG Black Sap. Just not fabulous. All right, so he's going to go up to what? 4/5. So our Serpentine Stalker isn't really going to be able to hold the fort. Nothing like, nothing like being being on the back foot. I mean, sheer point can help a little bit. I mean, our best bet is really going to be just to attack him so he can't get any bigger than he is now. Unless our opponent has a way to kill him off already. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Do we have it? Okay, all right, that helps. Kind of. So, he gets +1/+1. He gets +1/+1, right? If I'm not mistaken, yeah. So we are going to be able to ring out sheer point to do a little mitigation. I mean, the hits keep coming. He has big bodies, but so do we. So here's the thing. I'm going to do it on him just because either one that attacks me, well, he has to attack if he wants the trade. As it is now, he cannot survive. So, and we've got Cradle Crush next turn. So we're hoping if there is a trade, okay, that's actually not too bad. That's actually really good. That's not good for this. That's really bad for that, actually. So that's actually very, very good. Very helpful. So we're going to go ahead and take this Mamma Jamma out. That prophecy may very... I mean, we're not so far down in health that I think we were in dire peril at the moment, but we were definitely teetering on the brink with the lane that he was building there. Okay, so there's an opponent that is willing to trade. Okay. More spider. That's fine.
Do you not fear me, mortal? You should.
Fear me, mortal. Tremble before the bald and horny. Sword wielding, jagged sword. How do you have a scabbard for that? Like, how do you carry that? Like, where do you... There's really no place to store that properly. All right, so we gave him a card. So we are now tied. 25-25. And suddenly we're not tied anymore. Yeah. Okay. So he's got more cards. So what? The only way I see us winning this is if we see. Here's the question: Do we Swift Wing and trade and hope he doesn't have another? No. You know what? Like we're not going to be able to outlast him. I think he's going to be able to squish here, which is fine. But we've got Aspect of Ursine next turn. I think we just need to try to do damage and race him.
What you've got.
Ooh, that's a second Naryu today. Second one. So he's going to get bigger and badder. So I'm afraid if we Aspect, there it is. I mean, that's fine. You can overdraw if you want. And the problem is if I Aspect, she's going to get bigger off of that. Yeah, let's give him some more cards, shall we? Oh, I thought we were going to make him overdraw. We did not. So yeah, we are in trouble here. Great pedal! And we've got another charger, but we're running a little short on that.
I've got a job.
Okay. So now she's big and lethal, and if she's got squish... Okay. Yep, that's pretty much it. Well, no, we can Aspect her if we want to.
I lurk in the shadows.
But I think I want to Delphine into Nahagleave.
For the Black Hand.
Let's see here. That really doesn't do us much good.
It's my business to keep track of strangers.
All right, so yeah, we're going to see. It's just a race here, and if he's got the squishes, he's got the stuff to take care of us, he's going to get bigger and hit us hard. Swift Strike, and we're dead probably in the next couple turns. Mute. Doesn't change that. Does have an effect on that, though. Okay. Doesn't really... She transformed, my friend. She transformed. She was not artificially buffed. She is now a different creature altogether. You cannot stop her unless you squish her, of course, which kind of sucks. So we're just hoping we can survive long enough that a 6/6 Aspect of Ursine can close the game off, but we need a lot more damage than we have on the board right now. But yeah, it's interesting. This is the second time we've seen Naryu actually come into play. Ametista. Ready to climb high? No, sir. Let's see what he's we missed a lot of that Friday Night Fever. Ready to climb legend. No, I don't think we're going to climb, my friend, unfortunately. Let's see.
Now it's my turn.
All right, so we're getting close. We are getting close to what we need in order to win.
There is murder in the air.
Okay, not the worst, not the best. Our opponent still has a bunch of cards to play with and a lot of magicka, so we just need one of those to hit. One of those to hit. Clearly they've got a squish. We just need one of those to be able to hit, and we got this. Come on. Come on now. Come on. Let me hit you. Let me hit you with one. Come on. Vol Sprit 46. Do not kill them both. Please. Please. Leave one alive. Okay, now it's going to squish, and now we need more than just... No. No squish. That's it.
Now it's my turn.
And exactly, lethal. Wow. We got out skin of our teeth, folks. That is a second game we got out with the skin of our teeth. If our opponent had hit us with Naryu, they might have been able to push for lethal that last turn, but let's see. All right, so gonna touch base with Ametista. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, my friend. But it would have been a debacle. I wasn't even home at 3 p.m. on Friday. Craziness. But no. Maybe September will be my push to legend. I'm just trying to put off the Friends Journey episode. Good to see you. How is the ladder treating ya? This episode is sponsored in small part by the Legendary Remnant Discord. I do apologize. The Legendary Remnant Discord has had a dearth of content and discussion going on. It caught me by surprise, but thank you very much. I can't remember your name, sir, but thank you. One of our newer members checked it out and was like, hey, I haven't seen anybody post in like a month. Now, wasn't quite accurate. If you check out general and custom cards, those are the channels within the Discord that have the most activity. But even those, it's been pretty much since the beginning of the month. So almost 2 weeks now since we've really had any conversations or whatever. So if you want to pump some lifeblood into the Discord, come on down, check it out. We do have some other folks trying to get conversations, but I mean, for a number of reasons, personal lives, just some people being disenchanted with the game temporarily. There just hasn't been as much discussion or construction, but you're more than welcome to stop by. But if it seems a bit of a ghost town, that may actually very well be the case. Look, I'm not trying to pump blood into a game that is just kind of on its death throes. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm not trying to like prop it up necessarily. If the people just aren't there, if the conversations aren't there, or it could be on me because in theory, not in theory, it is the Discord that I created, but it was more so for helping to coordinate tournaments, which I have not done. So here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and say now, I'm in a new space. I've got some time. I am going to try to do if nothing else, kick off the fall tournament. So keep your eyes posted for that. I'm going to try to find the best way to do it. It's always ends up being kind of a cluster in terms of just trying to get everything done, especially that first round. But it will be, as I've done before, where it's people can play at their leisure. We try to set people up against opponents. And it's like you have a week essentially to play that game and to let me know. We can record it, get the result, get it logged in, and then and so we just do it that way. So it's all about people's availability. You don't have to worry about one specific time. Makes it a little bit harder on my end, but I have the time right now to do that. So we'll do that just, if nothing else, to make the Discord relevant again for a little bit, because that's why it was created. I'm thrilled that it became so much more. We have the custom cards and everything, but really the point was to help facilitate communication, specifically for tournaments and group play. So yeah. So if you want to join that, then you'll be up to date on the latest and greatest in terms of tournament developments. We are also trying to do, for the 100th episode, we are trying to, of our friend Journeys, we're trying to do a randomly chosen but not randomly constructed kind of face-off. So we'll have a tribal face-off. So giants will be a tribal, mammoths will be a tribal, Argonians and all the usual suspects, gobos and things. And we're just it'll be probably a D20. We'll try to come up with 20 different decks, maybe more or less random generated. Like we'll put as many of one kind in the deck as we can, all the mammoths, and then let it auto generate just to get it so we have 20 decks to work with. And then we'll use that and we'll just assign decks based on a roll of the die, as it were. So that will also, I'll try to coordinate that in the Discord as well, so that we can put that together for the 100th episode. It won't be live probably, but that way we get some fun stuffs going on. Anyway, that's all up and coming, and that is a reason for joining the Discord. But the real sponsor of this video, as I mentioned, we have custom cards, and I have been doing, Beaterus gave us a huge plethora it doesn't have to be a huge one, a plethora of shouts, and we've been going through a lot of them, but I wanted to break it up just a little bit, and also we're running short on time right now, so I wanted to go ahead and get this one in because it's pretty darn simple. It is the latest and greatest brainchild of Vincenzo, who has come up with a lot of custom card ideas. This one, probably not his more dynamic one, but it's definitely a very apropos one, especially considering what we just talked about. So this week's custom card, or this episode's sponsor from the brilliant mind of Vincenzo is the Forgotten Hero, a neutral color. Neutral card is as a 5-drop. It is summon, keep hope until all issues with the new client are resolved and every attribute is included. It's a 3/4. For those who don't know, Forgotten Hero is actually a card. It is a willpower card. I believe it's a 3/5, and it summons a support that costs less than Forgotten Hero's power. So unless you can buff them up, it has to be a 2 cost or less. So that's the original, but he has been co-opted. He is now the Forgotten Hero, and he's now a neutral. Still costs the same, slightly different stats. I think he's a 3/5. But anyway, and then yes, summon, keep hope until all issues with the new client are resolved. So he's understated for that task, I believe. If you want to instill hope, he's got to be at least like a 12, 15. Or something. Right now, hope wanes. If we want to talk about wax wane cards, hope is waning like crazy. That all issues with the client will be resolved, and not only that, but just the balance of the game. Really, it's a far stretch. It really is. It's an act of optimism to hope for it. Our Forgotten Hero needs to be formidable. He needs to gird his loins and have so much more than just 3/4 stats, I think, in order to accomplish this feat of optimal or ultimate optimism. He is Optimist Prime, and he is hoping to wander. He'll wander until the issues with the client are resolved. But anyway, it's a fun card. We like fun cards just as much as we like functional ones. I think it more or less, let's just say it's pretty balanced and I think maybe it's a 3/4 instead of a 3/5 because it is neutral and it needs to be not quite as good as attributes. That's kind of the whole shtick. So anyway, Vincenzo, thank you so much for this card. I heartily agree with the concept, with the art and the ardent hope. And yeah, we can all just we can just keep summoning hope and keeping hope that one day this forlorn, forgotten, discarded, no pun intended, card game will be revived, restored, and brought back to its original glory of 8,000 concurrent players. But until that time, oh, this isn't the end of the video, but hey, you know what? Keep playing and keep watching because we've got some more games coming up. So we have one concession loss. that I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sure it would have been a loss. And it was a snowball effect, really couldn't come back. We've had one win that wasn't too bad. I would consider that just an average win. Then we got 2 wins that very easily could have been losses with just a little bit of a different bit of luck for our opponent. So we are getting the wins, but they don't feel authoritative. Oh, no. Oh, nice. All right, so one of our friends, Amethysta Dorata, prevailed against Rumpen Rufus. Still ranked 2. No rush, right? Let's give our hello.
Luck to your house.
So, Atronach. Gateway coming up. GG. I never like to do short things like that, but I don't want my opponent to think that I am roping here, so don't want to rope a derp a derp a derp a derp a derp. I mean, it's not really roping, but oh, wow, this is a cluck, isn't it? This is a cluck. So, yeah, let's do this. And yeah, we'll do that. I mean, I'm guessing he's going to trade in here, but just in case he didn't, I wanted to be able to take him out with Tiny Dargan. Bonewalker, not bad. So we have, I purposely did put a lot of prophecies in here, and they are doing good work. Ooh, Dragon Tail, you are awesome. And we're not going to worry about Tiny D right now. There may be a better use for it later. Let's see what Amethysta said. Almost got to rank 1 before I had a lovely chat with Denise as well. By the way, it was a nice episode with Warrior. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. You know what?
It's not enough to watch your back these days. You don't think to snake by me.
So we're okay with that. We can Innkeeper next turn and just Swiftwing eventually. Oh, look who else has their own dragon. Isn't that special? Ooh, nice. We got our late game going, which is very good. Innkeeper comes down, and then yeah, we ring out Swiftwing Dragon next turn, and that's 10. If she sticks, this is a 10-point play right here. And then Aspect of her Scene for 6 to close it out. If Lajeezer does not finish it out, or does not hose us. All right, so dang it. All right, well there goes our 10-point play. I mean, it still is a 10-point play with what we've got here, but unfortunately saw what we were about to do. And between Aspect and Tazcad, we've got this pretty much locked up, I believe. Just shows you how hard this deck can hit when it wants to, or can, or draw, or whatever.
This shall heal you.
There isn't a lock that will keep this one out.
This was a worthy contest.
Crap. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, yeah. Oh, fart! That was a mistake. Dag nabbit. And they're going to build the drain. That was my mistake. My mistake. Oh, man. I got distracted. My volume is peaking on the audio, and I'm hoping I have a limiter on there. But I have a feeling that's not the case. So I do apologize. I might have to nerf the audio a little bit. That's all right. We got it on this turn. That was not attempting to BM. That was just... Yeah, sorry. So there we go. All right, so I'm going to adjust the volume, catch up with the conversation with Amethysta, and we will be right back. And as you all may or may not have noticed, I am actually standing up right now. I don't know how you would have noticed, aside from just things like that where I'm subtly shifting my weight. But yeah, that's really cool. So the new setup, I've got one of those raised lower desks. Oh, Amethysta, let's see. And you have a certain feeling to play Warrior in a vibrant way. Keep it real and enjoy your time on ladder.
The Mage's Guild gave
Thank you, my friend. You do the same. Hopefully it doesn't do you dirty again. All right, and okay, so this might be the last game. Depending if it's a fast one, we might be able to get away with it. I do have a hard stop, unfortunately.
Nicely done.
I promised some friends that I would play. It's one of those things where I think it's called Rainbow Siege 6, if y'all are familiar with that. Hey! I mean, I don't mind that too much because he still stays alive.
give no.
I mean, it does become a... Oh, wait, does it stay like that for... I think he stays like that for several turns, if I'm not mistaken. Is she invade? No, okay, good. Whew. All right. Let's see.
Chaos take you.
I mean, there's really no reason not to play on curve at this point. Don't need to rush. Our opponent doesn't seem terribly aggressive. Can change in a heartbeat, though. He could just be gathering his plans and whatnot. I mean, really, though, ideally, I'd like a rune break before Woodland Lookout gives me some health. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that. So, I can't remember what my nice play is.
Nicely done.
I think that works. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to Innkeeper.
It's my business to keep track of strangers.
Okay, so that wasn't the worst. So we can do Sheer Point. If he's got another 5-2, we can do a Sheer Point. Belly G will come on curve here pretty soon, which is nice. Gonna go Flame Spear!
Isn't my first tavern brawl.
You tell him, Delphine. Rawr! Rawr! For some reason, the getup doesn't look quite as awesome as it sounds, but...
Will not save you.
Oh, I think it will. I think it will. Behold, my Sheer Point. And that's still...
Now it's my turn.
And the prophecy. Dagnabbit.
Who goes there?
Okay, not the worst prophecy.
Awaiting your command.
It wasn't a javelin. Does not necessarily do anything on his own at the moment. That does make it a bit of a cluck for us. You got something else to buff him with?
I command death.
He's becoming more. This is the second time. I don't know if you guys know. I think that was one of the games that we stopped. Okay, all right, not too shabby, I suppose.
Kill them all.
Does it not get the effect? That's weird.
He's embarrassed.
Let's see. So we're gonna do this
It's my turn.
because if he attacks with these two, then we can wildfire this guy, which will be cool. It'll be cool. But yeah, it looks like this game's going to be a little bit longer. So yeah, well, this will probably be the last one. Win, lose, or draw. Hi, Rothgar. Oh, this is bad news. Anytime you see that deck, it means... anytime you see that card, it means they've got a deck designed to do that.
Attack.
Wow, interesting. Okay, so we're going to do... We're gonna do
Now
this.
it's my turn.
Do that. And then we'll do this. Okay. I mean, we haven't seen any removal yet, so either he's not running anything or we've got an Edict or Javelin coming for that 9/9. Looks like. There it is. There's a Javelin. Okay.
Can you please help me?
Ah, that's really bad news. That's really bad news. We don't want her to get bigger and stronger.
Hiding will not save
And we can't ring anything out. I was going to ring out a second card, but we don't have it. So good news is she doesn't have the drain. Oh, no, he does. Okay, she does. Never mind. So there's no good news. It's just all bad news. The only good news is he cannot be zapped into oblivion by a javelin or an edict, which is kind of funny because, you know, edict is essentially going through a dragon and doesn't have any lethal. So, and we don't have any lethal either, I don't think. Wow, look at all the supports. This is bad news.
Just rest.
If it was still down to 10, it wouldn't be quite so bad, but this is actually no bueno. And we're going to go ahead and, yeah, we shall see. We shall see what we shall see. Yeah, Serpentine, not a great card, but it is a dragon. We'll see how many of our cards. I mean, if he pulls our Tazcad and our Aspect, I will be a little grumpy. That's actually one of ours as well. But here's the good news. Well, never mind. Well, let's wait till you see you play before we have the good news.
I'll let nothing get by.
Okay, so the good news is we can do a little bit of this. Actually, yeah. Okay, so we want to do. Okay, so what I'm thinking is Cradle Crush gets rid of these two, stays alive, but then this has nothing to do. If it comes over and attacks, it just dies. So I might as well do this. And then we can do.
Identify yourself.
I don't know if that's the ideal, but I think it looks pretty good. But we'll see what Sealy Bomb does. Oh, Dawn's Wrath? Just thought of that now. Took me a second. Dawn's Wrath, bad news. Also, our Aspect is bad news. Okay, that's also really, really bad news. Really, really bad news. That's a really good card for our opponent. Luckily, well, so here's the thing. So we're going to do this.
Enough to watch your back these days.
This.
Easy as hunting a red scavenger in the way.
Yes.
What did you expect?
All right. So still in the mix. I might have just punted that. You never know. We are getting close to the time. As I was saying, Rainbow Siege 6. It's a 5-person team, and I committed to being on it. So if I don't show up, they're a shorter person, and it's no bueno. So I want to make sure I honor that commitment. And I didn't realize that I was going to be up against the clock quite so much. And like I said, we had a few unexpected things. So do apologize. It's a little bit more scattered than I would have liked for the first time in the new environment, but I do feel good about it. It still has some reverb because all the ceiling is a little bit vaulted. So it's a normal than a higher. It's like a 9-foot ceiling. Okay. That blow was crushing. I mean, Aspect is great, but we need another 3. Please just let me just play my 1 card. Please. Don't. Okay.
Sovngarde awaits you.
All right. So. Bone Walker and Shapoopy. Do we just do Black Sap?
They cannot defeat the art of Valen.
I mean, I want to be able to finish it with Aspects. If we give him a card, like we just need one of those cards to survive. If he nukes either lane, we're fine. I don't like this. I don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. That's a problem. Because the thing is, ooh, does he have a dragon? Well, that's the one he pulled from us. We actually don't have Odoving in this deck, so that was actually one that he has. All right, so he's got lethal this turn. So if we don't have a way to get through there, it's just GG. Oh, if only. If only. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see. Do you think? So he's got, All right, so we're going to have to take a chance here. He can do 17 from that side. This is going to mitigate. He can do 15 from this side. So yeah, we're dead next turn if he decides to go for it. This can mitigate some damage, but we're still going to take a lot there. I'm just not sure where to play him. We're trying to avoid getting crushed, but I don't know. He has to burn 2 of those, and he can trade there. He's going to hit us there. I think we're just donezo. But we can't win off a prophecy, I don't think. All right, we'll just put him over here. And we'll see. I think he's got it, edict or something, but we gave it a shot. Oh, jeez, it was a singleton. Okay, fair enough. I'm trying to think if there's any possible way we can win this. Not without a prophecy, I don't think. Because he's dead. So I really don't know what deck this is. Like, did he have that? Because we have spine. So I don't know if he stole our spine. Well, our spine is a premium, so... Ooh. Okay. So yeah, woof, poop stone, okay. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to lose our last game, but that's all right. I mean, it's congratulations, our opponent had good stuff. Had good stuff. So we can't even win with aspect. We could have charged and got him down to 1 and then maybe gotten a prophecy or something, but doesn't look like it. I mean, if he leaves the 12-12 alone, he'd be stupid to do that. Yeah.
May the fates smile on Kashyyyk.
Yeah. Oh, I guess he's hoping to avoid lethal or prophecy. Yep. We'll give him a GG, and that's going to be it. So, thank you so much for watching. Definitely appreciate it. Amethysta, is great talking with you. Banana Schwaaard, again, I'm sorry to hear the news, my friend, but you sound like you're in a good place, as good a place as you can be, all things considered. And yeah, thank you all for watching the new video from the new place. Hopefully it'll get better next time on Wednesday. We'll do the things again with a different deck. Might try somebody else, a deck that people have sent me. I just wanted to get that one out of my system. Obviously it's barely serviceable the way it is now. I wanted to have more lower cost cards. We didn't really get screwed on the curve as much. It was almost the later game draws as far as I could tell, but who knows. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep playing.